All right, and I hope you enjoyed that little plug. And how about hearing, since it is December, you could hear about some Christmas new Mandela effects.
Yes.
Okay, and this comes from the source. It's a YouTube channel called All Time Scary.
Ooh, yes, please.
All right, now this first one it blew my mind. Okay, you know the names of the reindeer.
Yes.
Go down the list.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
Okay, the last two. Repeat that.
Cupid. Wait, Dasher, Dancer, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen.
Donner, Blitzen. Okay, those are the last two.
Donner,
You
Blitzen.
said Donner,
Yeah.
Blitzen, right? Okay, that's what we all thought, right? Well, it's not Donner and Blitzen anymore. It's Dunder, D-U-N-D-E-R, and Blixem, B-L-I-X-E-M.
No, it was never Blitzen.
They said they have, like, in the German, and I don't know when it became Donner and Blitzen. And then, a couple of years ago, I remember a Mandela effect where they were trying to say it wasn't Donner, it was Donder, D-O-N-D-E-R. So what in the...
I'm watching Rudolph this year.
What in the blitzkrieg
We
is going
gotta
on?
watch Rudolph and see what they say.
Yeah, because, okay, I've got my reindeer, what do you call them, ornaments.
Yeah.
They all have the reindeer names on them. Donner, Blitzen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're saying it's
and they're
Donder?
saying it is Dunder, like from the
Right.
Office Dunder Mifflin. They say it's Dunder
And
Blix, B-L-I-X-E-M.
Blixen. No,
And then-
I've never heard. I think I've heard Dunder before, but never Blixen.
I've heard Donder, and that was different than Dunder.
Yeah.
This is a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They didn't say anything about Blixen.
Yeah, I've never
They
heard
just
that.
said a couple years. I don't know how many. Just
Yeah,
maybe 5.
I've heard the.
It was a new Mandela effect. They said it was Donder, like
Yeah,
D-O-N-D-E-R.
I think I have
I'm
heard
like, no,
Donder.
it's Donner.
Yeah,
But anyway, that's one. Okay,
that's crazy.
now the second one. We always grew up. Santa has always lived at the North Pole, correct?
As far as I knew.
Right. So, what do you think? Is the North Pole a snowing land mass, or is it a vast ocean? The North Pole.
It's going to be wrong, whatever I say.
But is it like Antarctica? Is it full of snow?
It's probably supposed to, in our heads, it's supposed to be. But it's probably really,
You're
it's probably
absolutely right.
really
You're
water.
absolutely right. It is the Arctic Ocean.
Uh-huh.
There is no land.
Because the South Pole's really the snow, right?
Exactly. But why did they make it that it was the North Pole
I know.
and they were snowy? Because we've known that the North Pole was the Arctic Ocean since the 16th century.
Right. Probably because when you think of north, you think of snow and cold and when you think of north.
Maybe. I don't know, but I just thought that was
Yeah.
peculiar.
But
All
that
right.
makes sense.
Number 3. You know the poem 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Yes.
Fill in the blank for me. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled
Down for a something
long winter's nap. So just settled, you say down?
In. Just settled in for a long winter's nap.
Okay. Well, it's between had just settled down for a long winter's nap, or is it had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap?
Oh, I
It's
see.
our brains. The original poem is our brains. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
I never once. In all of the books,
I thought it was down or in.
I thought it was just settled down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, okay? Number 4. I've heard of this, and I don't know if you have. Have you ever heard of the upside down Christmas tree fad?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people have never heard of it, and they
Yeah.
think it never existed.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
And did you know, I didn't know this part, though. I thought it was just a quirky thing that happened in, like, what, late 90s, 2000s, something like that.
I think so.
I thought it was just something quirky. Do you know this practice dates back to the 12th century,
Wow.
and it is supposed to represent the Trinity.
Neat! What
Yep.
the heck?
That's why,
And everybody thought it was just a fad.
yeah. But it's still, I don't understand why it had to be upside down, because a tree is still like a triangle, right side up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True.
So, I don't know. But I do remember, like, malls doing
Yeah.
it, and people like, why are they doing that's blasphemy? I remember people were, like, up in arms. Okay, number 5. There is a place in the Arctic Ocean called...
Other known as the North Pole. Go ahead.
Right. Dun, dun, dun. Have you ever heard of Svalbard Island?
No.
I guess nobody growing up remembers Svalbard Island.
Is that the North Pole?
No. It's in, oh God, I didn't write it down. I think it's like Norwegian or something. But it's an island called Svalbard Island. They have an official mailbox for Santa Claus there.
It is for Santa Claus.
Now listen, but it's not near the North Pole at all. And there is a real live, I'm not even kidding, a real live old man that lives in the mines by himself named Santa Claus.
Well, he didn't have something. Or his parents named him.
Yeah,
Just
but-
to be a jerk.
how weird. And he has an official mailbox there.
Aww. Well, yeah,
So,
because his
yeah.
parents named him that, so his smell's going to come there.
But he lives in the mines.
He was once in Snow White's little dwarf.
No. He was
Because
sleepy.
he lived in the
He was sleepy.
and he lived in the mine.
Right. And here's some that don't have to do, there's just 2 Mandelas that are newer that don't have to do with Christmas,
Okay.
but I thought they were kind of freaky.
I love Mandela effects.
I do too. So where have you always known your heart to be located?
In the middle of my chest.
No. It's always been on the left.
It's in the middle of your chest.
Well, yeah, no, growing up, we always thought it was on our left. Like,
Okay.
then why when you do the pledge, you don't put your hand in the middle of your chest?
It's just a thing.
All right,
I'm sorry.
just retarded. Next. Okay. Oh, that was it. All right. And now let's take a break for a short station identification.
Run.
All right. And welcome to Fun Facts. We tell you some facts that are kind of fun.
Kind of fun and kind of stolen.
Kind of dumb. No.
This one is kind of stolen.
All right. Mine are all stolen, but do you have a source?
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Ballen.
Oh, MrBallen's awesome.
I love him.
Watch MrBallen
Yes, do. Because
on YouTube.
it's where I'm getting mine.
All right.
It's where my story, that is.
Okay. Tell it.
This is, well, picture it. Picture it, if you will.
Sicily.
1922. No. It is a crowded train platform.
Okay.
Hustle bustle people.
Okay.
Crowding the platform because back in 1864 or 1865. Let's go with 64 because that's the year I was born. Not in 1860.
I was going to say, you're a ghost. Or a vampire.
A ghosty vampire.
Ooh.
Yes. Anyways, so it's a crowded platform.
Okay.
Train platform.
Okay.
Because back in 1864, the train conductor also sold the tickets. So
Okay.
everyone's crowded around the train waiting to buy tickets.
Okay.
It's really crowded, and everybody knows, or this one gentleman knows he's not going to get on this train because it's too crowded.
Okay.
So he just stands there waiting, thinking, I'll just wait for the next train.
Okay.
He looks over, he sees the crowd. I don't need these because I'm just going to tell the story.
Okay.
all of a sudden he sees this one gentleman get trampled by all the people.
Oh, God.
So he makes his way over through the crowd. And then he lands on the guy, pulls him up just as the train comes by. Boom!
Holy crap, so he saved his life.
Pulls him up just in time. And the guy says, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You just saved my life. And this gentleman says, don't worry about it. Just be careful next time.
Okay.
Not thinking anything of it. He goes about his business. Later, he gets a letter from this young man's father,
Okay.
thanking him for saving his oldest son. The letter is from none other than Abraham Lincoln.
What?
Thank you for saving my oldest son, Robert.
What?
That's right.
So he saved Abe Lincoln's son, Robert.
Yes.
Abe Lincoln's son was the one that fell.
Yes.
Okay.
And oh yeah, by the way, that was in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Okay.
And then a few months later, Mr. Lincoln was in his booth at the theater.
The theater.
At the theater. It was like, 10 o'clock at night or something. And someone sneaks into his private booth and shoots him, kills him. Who was the shooter? John Wilkes Booth.
Right.
Why does this matter? Because the shooter, John Wilkes Booth, was the brother to Edwin Booth, who saved Robert Lincoln.
Whoa.
Da, 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 da.
Shift in the paradise.
Did not see that coming, did you?
No, that was crazy.
Isn't that weird?
What are the odds?
I know. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got some stupid ones. That was not a stupid one. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I heard that and I was like, what?
I've never heard that.
I never knew that either.
I never heard
Thanks,
that.
Mr. Ballen.
Yeah, Mr.
He's
Ballen.
so awesome.
He is. I'll leave his link down below. So you guys can check out how awesome Mr. Ballen's show is. And he tells, like, all true stories.
Ooh, another fun fact.
Yeah.
Did you know Mr. Ballen is a twin?
I did not.
I did not know that either, but I don't know that that's verified for sure. But a friend of mine at work who told me about Mr. Ballen told me he was a twin. I
Oh.
don't know for sure if that's true, but I
Huh.
will look that up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's interesting.
Mhm.
All right, I've got some fun Christmas facts.
Yay!
And they're silly. And this comes from, if I can read my writing, Crazies Lab.
My lab.
My lab. It's not the meth lab. That's kind of a crazy lab, I guess. Okay, number 1. How fast do you think Santa's sleigh moves? And they actually calculated it to see how it would take, what it would take for him to get to all the kids everywhere around the world, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, let me think. There's 8, 9 counting Rudolph reindeer, so that's like horsepower. I'll say 300 miles an hour.
Not even close.
Ooh, 600.
0.5 times the speed of light. So you won't even see them, kids.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so if you see a shooting star, it might be Santa on Christmas Eve.
Does make sense.
It does make sense.
He's got a
This is
lot
not a
of-
book, man.
Yeah.
All right. Did you know that 1 out of 3 men buy their Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve?
That makes sense too.
That's pretty believable.
And that also
My husband's not one of
applies
them.
to me.
My husband's not. Yeah, I'm kind of a last minute girl. But my husband, he'll be planning stuff like 2 months in advance or order stuff. Yeah, he's a good. When he has money. Like this Christmas will be slim, but that's okay. Because we got a jet. All right, number 3. What was the first song they ever played in space?
It's got to be a Christmas Carol
Well,
because
yeah.
it's going to be
It's a Christmas song, but the very first one they ever played.
Let it snow.
But I mean, it's not just the first Christmas song. It's the first song ever. But it is a Christmas song, but it's the first song they ever played in space.
I just said let it snow.
The aliens have never seen it. They're all excited. And there's Santa. It's not a star.
I don't know. I give up.
Jingle bells.
Oh, I'm disappointed in me.
Maybe they wanted Santa to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But those are all my, I think those are all my fun
Yay.
things. Oh, no, it isn't. Okay. Woo, I got extras. Okay. Up on the rooftop. You know that song?
Yes.
Up on the rooftop, click, click, click. Did you say up on the rooftop or up on the housetop? We always said up on the housetop.
I think I've heard it both ways. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we said now it's only housetop.
Oh.
That's how I used to sing it. Okay, now do you remember down through the chimney with old Saint Nick or down through the chimney with good Saint Nick?
Oh.
Old
yeah,
or
I
good?
guess I have heard it both ways, so I don't know.
Which way do you think it? Which
I
way do
think
you
old.
remember? Okay, I remember good Saint Nick, but it is. They say it's good Saint Nick. I remember singing it in 3rd grade. We had like a
I
little
know.
pageant,
Yeah.
and I loved that song.
Yeah.
But when I hear it on the radio now, the lyrics are different than when I sang it as a little girl. So that's weird. You remember old Saint Nick, and I remember good Saint Nick.
And what is it now?
Good Saint
Oh.
Nick. Okay, joy to the world. Okay, that verse, the very beginning. Joy to the world. Is it the Lord is come or the Lord
See, I've
has
heard it
come?
both ways again.
I
But it
always sing it. The Lord is come.
See, now it's going to say has.
No, everybody thinks it's has, but it is. It is.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason I knew that is because I played it for recital for piano when I was a little girl. Me and my sister did, and they had the lyrics.
Yeah.
So, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, the Lord is come. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It would make more sense. The Lord has come.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, that's weird. Movie, Home Alone. Ever seen it?
Yeah.
Right.
Who hasn't?
I know. Okay, so and I didn't know this at all because I've seen it a gazillion times, but I never would pay attention to this because I'm not a freaking kid that likes Game Boy. But my son, you know, he's a gamer, so and he loves Home Alone, so I asked him what he thought. Okay, so in the scene where it's in the very beginning where they're all in the van, it's right before they leave cabin. There's a kid in the van that's playing a gaming device. Was it Game Boy or was it just like a generic? And I had no idea.
Know.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
my son, and I mean, like I said, he's seen it a gajillion times since he was little. And he said it was a Game Boy. And it's not. It's just a plain white.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But that wasn't like a big deal one or anything. But okay. And this is what I want to try. But we're going to do this in the next episode because it's kind of long, and I want to be able to have my device to try it to see if it's just a legend or if it's true.
Lord.
So that's a little cliffhanger for next week.
Ooh.
So stay tuned next Monday well, we don't know if it'll be Monday because our schedules have been kind of jerked around and crazy. So our next
Meeting of the mindless.
Yes, the meetings of the mindless. That's what we should call this show. Yeah. So that's it for this week. That's all I have.
Wait.
Do you have anything?
Oh, you're not going to tell us what it is?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Because if I do, then what's
Gotcha.
the point in tuning in? Then everybody will try
Oh, I gotcha. Good one.
it. Yes.
So I can't even study
It's called
it.
entertainment, my friends.
Or is it?
Learn it.
Or lack thereof.
Right. Well,
Roger.
it's however you want to look at it. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their week. Be kind. Spread a little cheer. Hold the door open for someone. Give a Christmas card to a neighbor that's alone. Yeah? Maybe bake them some Christmas cookies. Something. I'm going to make my neighbor across the street geek some cookies.
Aww.
Because he lives by himself, and he's such a nice guy. He's always making veggie soup, and he's always telling my husband, tell your wife to come over and get this veggie soup. Like, he's a really nice guy. So I'm going to make him some cookies.
Yay.
All right, well, this has been tantalizing.
Yeah, really. I can't even remember.
I glitched out.
Oh my gosh.
Where's the camera when you need it? Right. I just like froze. Have a great week.
Yeah. And stay tuned for shows.
Which I apologize has not been new since October, but I'm working on a Yuletide special. Yuletide special. Yuletide special. It's Christmas time today. All right, everybody. Until next time, stay creepy.